Good.
A lot of behind-the-scenes work from our operations staff dating back to, I'd say, April and May, kind of getting this all organized. Once we came to an agreement with the Colts, with Coach Pagano and their staff, it was logistics and the operations took a lot of planning, and to really pick up a football operation and move it from one city to another, there's a lot of different pieces that people. The fans really don't know about, bringing a lot of video equipment, training equipment, field equipment. So it's basically trying to duplicate our Allen Park facility in a hotel. So there's a lot of planning, and our guys did a great job.
For a player like myself, I like it. It's something different. As you know, camp can get really repetitive and boring at times, doing the same thing every single day. But the fact that we're able to come out to Indianapolis, the weather's been great, the hotel has been awesome, and most importantly, we've gotten a chance to go against different athletes and a different team, different scheme, different coverages. It's fun and it's great going against Slay and Nevo and DJ and Batamosi, but they know our antics by now after going against each other for so long. So to be out here in Indy, we've been grinding, having a good time, getting better, most importantly.
Training camp is a grind, so to get through the first 7 to 10 days of camp, hitting each other, it's always good to compete against another team. The Colts play a different scheme than we do offensively and defensively, so our players to see different types of players, unfamiliar players, different schemes, it really helps in the evaluation process of our own team to see kind of where we stand up and just get a different exposure for against a different opponent.
It's a good change of scenery because you get kind of tired of being at Allen Park going against the same defense every single time, getting a routine, and their practice structure is a little different than ours. So we've kind of assimilated to what they do. So it switches up. It kind of shocks your body. It forces you to become that playmaker again on the fly. And I feel like it's been good for our running back room. You see some guys like Dwayne getting out in space more, running routes, something that he definitely has been improving on. Zach as well, and that's good. We got to get everybody in different situations because you're never gonna know, when the season comes, who's gonna be out there.
It's awesome. I love it because it's you got to get a different look. You kind of get sick of playing your own teammates, and you get different offenses. You kind of go back and forth. I mean, you kind of just get used to what they do, their antics, their count. So it's good to get to play against another team. What they try to do against our defense, and so it's fun.
I think they went well. Everybody was out there competing. Both teams did a great job of kind of treating each other as teammates. Not too many cheap shots, hits after the play, extra shoves maybe after a block or something. So it was fun. It was competitive. It was definitely safe. And we both teams found a way to compete and have fun with it, even though we are opposing teams.
we play a lot of teams that do a lot of things that the coach do. You know, a lot of stand-up, a lot of okie looks, a lot of guys who look like linebackers that are actually DNs. And we're going to play a lot of teams like that. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Chicago does it a little bit. Minnesota is really good at it, you know. So it's going to give us a little bit of a cheat sheet, I like to say. You know, you can go back and watch the film on when we play teams like that, what to expect. Some of these systems are kind of similar to some of the teams we play. So that's really going to be conducive for us as an offense.
It was very similar to how we would run a normal practice. It's just, you know, we had an offensive field. It was our offense against their defense, and then their defense against our offense. So the structure of the practice were pretty similar to what we're used to, with a little bit of tweak here and there. But I think our players did a really good job of adjusting. And you know, the practices were long, and they were difficult for the players just because of the physicality of it. And there was a lot of great film for us to watch and evaluate.
It's a little different. I mean, obviously we're still practicing, doing the same stuff there. But I mean, competing against a new team, it's fun to have, you know, new guys out there. And then just a little bit of adjusting going on with, you know, busing over here, busing to the Lucas Oil Stadium, and then just going back to the hotel, things like that. So you kind of got to adjust your schedule a little bit, but it's still football, so everything stays the same.
Coach Caldwell preaches to the team on a weekly or daily basis that we need to adapt into different circumstances. And if we're at a game and, you know, it starts raining, you got to be able to adapt and play differently. And it's no different when a football team travels to another city. Things happen. The bus might be late, something might be wrong with the airplane, something might not be perfect at the hotel. So we need to adjust and adapt to the circumstances that we're given and make the best out of our opportunities. And, you know, the players handled it well this week. You know, there was a lot of moving parts, you know, going over to the locker room at Lucas Oil, getting on a bus, driving 15 minutes to the practice facility, and then coming back. So the players did a good job, and I think it gets a credit to the staff, kind of making sure everything's as organized as possible.
I've seen this team make tremendous strides in just days. That's the best feeling, especially as a running back, seeing the running game come along from one day to the next. Seems like it's a whole different team sometimes, and that's exciting for me. I see these guys working their tails off before and after practice to make sure they're, you know, up to beat with everything that we're putting in, because we're cramming a lot of information in at once. So to see these offensive linemen take the challenge to, you know, really put this pressure on themselves to move people, but also do it while we're, you know, put in a new play the day before, put it in the play right before practice sometimes. Doing it so well, I appreciate it, and of course, Matt is humming. Matt is playing well. The receivers are, you know, running their routes at the precise depths and everything. Just to see everyone doing things with attention to detail is cool right now.
I think preseason is huge in a team's development. It gives you a chance to play different situations. I think that's one thing we've excelled at in the past years, is different situations. You know, fourth quarter down by 2, 0 timeouts, 1 timeouts, you know, before the half, or, you know, it's mandatory that you get down. I think we get a chance to practice those things in these practices, and also have them in game-like situations in preseason.
I think it went great. Defensively, I feel like we had a great 2 days, these past 2 days. Very physical, up front, wise D-line, and we loved it. We loved it. Both days has been great. You know, some things we got to work on, but a lot of good things, though.
Good 2 days of work. Really competitive practices, really able to kind of put the personnel of our team against their team in a controlled environment, which is really good working relationship between the two staff. So The good thing is the Colts practiced at the same tempo and the same style that we practice at, so there really was never any too much aggressiveness, too much competitiveness. So it was really a good working environment, and I think the players and coaches got a lot out of it.
I think they were huge. I think they were definitely huge for our confidence. I think the offense went out there and did their jobs for the most part. The receivers had a great 2 days, I think. It was fun. It was game-like situations, and now we get a chance to go finish off and play a game, which I'm excited to see some of our young guys.
Turners on 3. 1, 2, 3. Return. All right, we go out. Let's go, man. DB's on 3. 1, 2, 3. DB. There we go. There we go. Fight fast, fight physical. Don't worry about mistakes. You get LBs on 3. 1, 2, 3. LB.
Coming into this game as a rookie, you think of the NFL and you just hold it up on this platform. And when you get in that big moment, you take yourself to that platform instead of falling back in your training. Something the Steelers always say is we don't rise to the occasion, we fall back in our training. And this is all the training we've been doing. We've been practicing steps, been practicing ball handling, practicing, run reads, pass protection, the whole 9 yards. There's nothing you got to do in the game that you have to feel like you have to be over the edge or over the top. Just do what you do every single day in practice.
Be able to get in on a play like that, and just, it helped me like realize that, hey, I can do this. This is nothing outside of anything that I've been doing my whole life. So I'm really excited to continue doing what we're doing and hoping for big things this year. Being able to come out here and practice versus Indy and then play against them in the game and stuff like that, that really helps like refresh our energy and our morale as a team, and it kind of helped me out too, and just being able to, like I was telling them earlier, just being able to see what it's like out there and how fast things go, what moves I need to make, what are good moves, what are bad moves. It helps me, know what I need to focus on in practice to get better.
Jake's got it. Looks, throws, he wants Galladay in the end zone. He got him for the touchdown, Detroit Lions. Oh man, is that rookie putting on a show on this drive.
Well, the first one, just made a play on the ball, 50-50 ball, and coach emphasized it, last night that for the receivers, 50-50 balls, we have to, win that. So, I just made sure I made the play, and, thank God I made it.
I think the players understand that this is a very competitive roster, and there's jobs that are to be won during training camp and the preseason. So it goes back to showing an improvement every day. If a player, it doesn't matter if he's a young player or a veteran player, if they don't show improvement from the start of camp towards the end of camp, then we can't really expect them to perform at a high level during the regular season when it counts. So I think they all understand that. The first couple days of training camp, everyone's kind of get used to having the pads on. But once we get into this time of camp, 7 to 10 days in, getting ready for our first game, now it's time to really go out there and start making plays and showing that you're going to be able to be competitive and make the team.
Rudolph's got it, throws back shoulder in the end zone, caught, touchdown, Detroit Lions. Guess who? Kenny Galladay again.
Oh, it was great, the atmosphere. I'm not used to that type of atmosphere, so, just looking around and seeing all the fans out there. I saw a lot of Lions fans out there, which was, reassuring, but it was a great feeling just being in the atmosphere.
The rookie class is making progress. It's far from perfect, but there've been encouraging signs with all the rookies. Now it's a matter of having that consistent level of play. It's not having a flash play here or there. It's improving every day and showing consistency, and more importantly, when we get into the games, being able to get the calls, make the adjustments. We got a play clock now. There's the live bullets are flying, so we need these guys to take the next step. We're happy with the progress thus far, but we're waiting to see more.
It happens a lot faster in the games, and I felt like I did a good job in terms of handling the game and handling the process and operation. A couple things that need to get corrected. They disguised a couple blitzes pretty well, but a couple blitzes I could have handled better.
He leans in, he's got the football, wants to throw, does left side, back shoulder, got it complete inside the 10-yard line. It is caught. Dontez Ford fighting his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
It was amazing. I mean, whenever I caught the ball, I see that pylon, I'm like, I can't let anything stop me at that point. But it was an exciting feeling, and I'm just glad that Brad trusted me enough to throw me the ball again after that first drop. And he put it in my hands, and I finished it.
Okay, man. Good start, right? Good start. Guys, just overall, I think when you take a look at the film, we're going to see that we did a lot of good things. First half was pretty strong. I think they were 1 of 14 in terms of third down conversions. It's pretty good. Second half, they got a few more. We had no penalties in the first half, things that we talk about. Then we got 6 probably in a really short span of time in the second half, but that we got to get cleaned up. But overall, you're going to see a lot of things we did well, right, and some things that we need to improve upon. The one thing about this league that is that each and every week you got to be a little bit better. I think our preparation up to this time has shown that we've made some improvement, got a little bit better, but we got a ways to go yet, right? Got a ways to go. And what it takes is focus. What it takes, continuous work, continuous improvement. And that's what we got to keep doing. But nice job, good start. Okay, Muehlbach, break us down.
Mueller. Good job today, guys. Step in the right direction, but it's only one step. Let's keep working and get better. Lines on 3. 1, 2, 3. Lines.